This behind me is a $2 million 5-bedroom villa with a guest house, a pool, a rooftop, and a view of the ocean. And I'm not spending a single dollar to live here. I'm paying for this villa by making one Instagram post with my iPhone. I've been traveling since the beginning of this year, staying in places like this for absolutely free by just making social media content for these villa and real estate companies. And in this video, I'm gonna show you how you can do the exact same thing and stay in places like this all around the world and not just get to stay there for free, but eventually get paid to do it as well. In the next couple minutes, I'm going to teach you the Villa Collab blueprint. All right, so let's break this down as simply as possible. How do you stay in places like this for absolutely free? It's very simple. You have to provide these hotel and villa companies with value. And how do you provide them with value? There's two ways I'm gonna focus on in this video. Number one is content, and number two is exposure. So content means making high quality photos and videos for these hotels and villas that they can use to showcase their properties on their social medias and websites. And there's different ways that you can do this. You can go the cinematic route. So this is where you make high quality, highly edited photos and videos of the properties to show them in that Hollywood look. I used to work in real estate media, and there's a huge market for this because these villa companies, they want to make their properties look as nice as possible, and they'd be more than willing to let you stay here for free in exchange for some high quality content. So if you know how to make good videos and photos like this, you're providing these villa companies with thousands of dollars in value, and in return, offering you free accommodation is a no-brainer for them. If you have a good camera setup and experience with editing, you can land these collabs quite easily by just having a good portfolio and a good outreach structure. Especially in rapidly growing areas like here in Bali, there are a ton of new villas being built every single week, which means there's a ton of opportunity popping up every single day to find collaborations. You can also get incredible results with just an iPhone nowadays, but having good equipment will make you look professional and get better results. But this route is quite expensive up front. You can expect to pay around $3,000, $5,000 for a good camera setup, but it's an investment. Once you start getting good, you can start charging companies to do videos for them, and you'll pay off the cost of the equipment with just a few paid shoots. Now, North America and Europe, you can make around $300 to $500 as a beginner shooting real estate content quite easily, but Asian countries are going to be a lot cheaper. Like here in Bali, you're probably going to be making pennies compared to what you can make in Europe and America. You can definitely land free nights here shooting this type of content, but it's going to be pretty hard to turn this into a business where you're actually making good money from it if you aren't providing some type of value on top of just making photos and videos, which is why I would recommend going with what I call the personality route. So this is what I've done on my Instagram and my social medias. The personality route is where you create content about the villa and hotels rather than of them, and build your own brand around creating content of these luxury villas. So with my content on Instagram, I do villa tours and I talk about how much does it cost to live in this mansion in Bali. And if you watch my content, I'm not diving into the details of where this marble is from or the architecture. I'm not doing any crazy cinematography or editing. All of my videos are literally just shot with an iPhone, and they take about an hour or two to make. And the goal with this type of content is more about painting a picture of what it's like to live in these villas and giving people the opportunity to experience it through watching it on Instagram. And as I'm filming this video, I think I've had over 50 million people watch my videos. And I want to show you how you can do the same thing. But first, I have a flight to catch. All right, so finally back after an amazing 4-month trip. I started the year with 900 followers on Instagram. And at the end of it, I grew to 40,000 followers from making this content and started making money for staying in these $500, $600, $1,000 a night villas. Now, if you're still skeptical that this is possible, here's an account that has completely ripped off my content. This guy uses the same hooks, same font as me, and literally copies me word for word in his videos. Tony Stark type kitchen.
House gives you like this Tony Stark vibe.
That's literally so embarrassing. What the fuck?
And you can see they've been doing pretty well for him. I'm not telling you to do this exact type of content. Try to find your own path. There's a bunch of different ways that you can make content about real estate and about villas. As long as you're making engaging content, providing some type of value, or answering a question for the viewers, you will do well with this. So now you know what type of content to make. I'm going to show you how to find these villas and places to stay. So first thing I would do is go on Google Maps. So for example, if I want to go to Spain in the next couple of months, I would type in Spain villas, and this is going to show you a bunch of different results for luxury places that you can start reaching out to. So from here, I'm going to go to their websites and find every contact point possible. So email, Instagram, WhatsApp is really big in Asia and in Europe. Contacting them through every single way possible will give you the best opportunity that somebody's going to see your message, because a lot of these, they do have social media and marketing teams, but from my experience, they're not very organized. Sometimes you'll send a message and they don't see it, or they don't reply for days or weeks, and it just gives you a way better chance of getting an answer. Now, if you're contacting a lot of places and you're still not getting answers, then the problem is probably your outreach or your portfolio. Now, like I said earlier, this probably won't work if you don't already have a portfolio portfolio of content that you shot of real estate and of other villas. So either go out and rent a place for a night and shoot as much content as possible, or if you have family or friends who have a nice house, then shoot content of that. I've also heard of people faking their portfolios just to get their foot in the door. I'm not recommending this, but if you absolutely have no way that you can rent out a place for a night, or if you have family and friends with a house that you could shoot, and you're confident that you could recreate the types of results that you can get from other portfolios and stock photos, then it may be worth a shot just to get your foot in the door. Work for free in the beginning, even if that means not getting the free night to stay there, and just put everything on Instagram and build a portfolio website with either Canva or Squarespace. Now, when you're reaching out to these people, you want to be very clear about what you can provide them with your content. So if they have bad quality photos and videos on their website, then this could be a good opportunity to, reach out to them and say, hey, I saw that your website isn't looking as good as it could. This is what I could do for you if I came in and you let me shoot for a day. Now, if you're building up an Instagram and you already have proof of followers and views on videos, then this is probably the biggest leverage move that you can do. Show them the reel that you made for another villa that got 100,000 views or whatever, and say that you can recreate it for them. It's not hard to get 100,000 views. It's not hard to get to that 10,000 follower mark. It really just takes understanding how to make a good video and being consistent. And then once you have a good portfolio under your belt and some good content, then you can start testing the waters with getting paid. Now, I'm going to be fully transparent. One of the most recent deals that I did was $3,500 for 2 Instagram reels. Now, that's pretty insane. I wouldn't go out expecting these types of results when you're just starting out. Now, the reason I'm able to charge these prices is because I have proof that the videos I've already made have worked. I got tens of millions of views and thousands of leads for the real estate companies before I even made any money. But that just shows you what's possible with this and how you can actually turn it into a real business. And later down the line, you can work out commission structures with these companies where you're making a percentage of every property that is sold off of your videos. So even if that's 1%, that means tens of thousands of dollars for one video that blows up. And to be honest with you, I'm positive that I've sold properties off of the videos that I've made, and the amount of value that I've created for these companies is way more than $3,500. So I would have got much more than that if I was aware of how valuable these videos can be before I got started. Now, if you guys are still interested in learning more about how to turn this into a business and the negotiation processes and everything else that goes into it, about a week after I drop this video, I'm going to be coming out with a full course that is the most detailed and valuable thing that I've ever created, where I go into extreme detail about how to take this from staying in places for free to turning it into an actual business where you can travel the world and live in your dream vacation homes and these crazy villas for a living. I'm going to show you exactly how to build a portfolio and a media kit, figuring out how much to charge. You'll get my messaging templates that have proven to work for me, so you don't have to guess about what to send to these companies. You'll get direct access to me where I'll answer any of your questions and a whole bunch more. I've spent hours and hours building this out and learning about this business and making mistakes, and I'm only going to sell it for $50 for the first 100 people. So if you're genuinely interested in this, I'm going to have a waitlist at the bottom, or it might have already dropped by the time that you're watching this video. But yeah, I hope I gave you guys some value in this video. I haven't heard really anybody else talk about this, and I genuinely believe this is like a life hack where you can just live pretty much anywhere in the world for absolutely free and putting in very little work to get there. So thanks for watching this video. We'll see you in the next one. Peace.